Hello and welcome. My name is Beloved, and you are watching another Beloved Oracle Speaks. Today, we are sitting in satsang again with Muji, where he discusses the fruit of a pure heart. Let's take a listen. The audio will start in a moment.
Okay. Okay, very good. Om. Namaste. Welcome everyone to Satsang today. And also welcome to all the friends who are joining us today via the internet from different parts of the world to be here today with us. And you're very much here in our hearts. Also, welcome. And to all the friends who are sitting outside now. Um, good. So we are many more than it appears to be. Huh? Hmm. Is it not too hot in here? Huh? One says cozy, everybody else don't speak at all. It feels very hot, no? Is fire on or something or what? No. You would not like to have the window open, door open? Can we do this? Um, mhm. Yes, good. Little bit. Uh, very good, very. They open, but they can't say. uh, Already, hand is going, and please come. Then you come for me. Hmm? Hmm. Hmm. You know what today is? Do you know what today is? Today is the day we get the chance to meet. uh, because we have been faking it. We've been faking the meetings. Huh? And Lakshmi is fond of saying, uh, at least fake it till you make it, she says. I said, no, 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 no. Today is the chance we have to meet. What it means. What it means to meet. Not to collide. Not to collide, but to meet. Isn't it? Has anybody have been really met? Met beyond the facade of defenses and psychological self-consciousness and projections and fears and so on. Behind that, because that is not real. That has never been real. It belongs to the play. Behind this play, are you not there? Behind any play. That is why it's called play. Behind the play. So, what a beautiful day. Even the sun has come out to celebrate ahead of time. A lot is on your shoulders today. It looks like we have met already. What you see only with your physical eyes is not real. What you see only with your physical eyes and senses, it is not real. What it means. Of course, it is there, it appears, but reality has a greater depth, a greater profundity than that. Meaning, all that is transient, impermanent, and it is fine. We are not cursing impermanence. It's also natural. Also, what comes and goes also is natural. It belongs to the realm of changes. Our bodies belong to the realm of changes. Senses also belong to the realm of changes. Thoughts, the realm of change. Emotion, the realm of change. Memory, the realm of change. Desire, the realm of change. Aspirations, the realm of change. Imagination, evidently, the realm of change. Belief belongs to the realm of change. Identity, the realm of change. All impermanent. Have we even reflected upon that? And it doesn't matter how long something may appear to change, it is still subject to change. And there are other factors also in the mix the thing itself may appear to change quickly or slowly, but also the perceiver of that thing also changing. Again, I say like this, the object of perception is also changing. By the law of the cosmos, all phenomenality is movement. Mm. But even not only is the object of perception changing, but the subject perceiver also, who is perceiving the objects with any interest, itself is also changing. Is there anything that is unchanging? It would have to be the perceiver of the subject of perception. Have I gone too far? Maybe we're not so accustomed to think like this. Hmm? But it's not merely thinking, observation. The capacity to observe or to witness is available even to the egoic mind. Even the ego can function as the observer, as the witness. But the difference or the thing with the egoic witness is that it is witnessing with self interest. Will this affect me? Will this give me something? So it is very much involved with the object of its perception. So this witnessing is not pure. The witnessing is not pure. Any witnessing, even in the courtroom, I stand there, bear witness, hand on the Bible. I speak the truth, the whole truth, but nothing but the truth. A lie. It is a lie. Not because the person doesn't intend to speak the truth, but the person itself is not true. When that is also seen, that witness or observer is a bit contaminated. It's not absolutely pure and unbiased witnessing. Because something also perceived, the personal weakness is also perceived. By what is it perceived? And easy because the answer is not outside of you. The answer is not outside of you. For the most part, it seems we are living on the surface of our being. It looks like most life seems to be lived on the surface of things, on the surface of the earth we are living, on the surface of our mind we are living, of our being. But beneath the surface, a deeper seeing is available. But it is not involved with the story of waves. Two waves met and got married. Have anybody read the book? No. So this seer is not interested. It does not perceive anything like this as any profound reality. And to say that things, objective manifestation, is always on the move, some people maybe some hurt come in the mind because secretly We have a fantasy that we can hold something in the manifest world and keep it forever. And it's time to grow up a little bit. It need not be painful, but it will be a joy when you discover that which is unchanging in you. And that is the play, the purpose, the goal of true spirituality, if you want to use this term, is to find that which is eternal inside yourself, that which is unchanging but never stagnant. Normally, when the mind thinks of something not changing, it feels it must be some stagnant stuff, some dead stuff. And yet, that which is unchanging, life emanates out of it. It is the womb of life. Now, I don't want to sit here talking to you or at you. You have to be involved in this because we have to be exploring together. This is not some lecture. I don't want to lecture. I don't want to teach. I'm only pointing out something. And the rest, your intelligence and your heart must complete. Must complete what my finger is pointing to, but cannot touch. Nothing has ever touched it. Nothing has ever contaminated it. Nothing has ever can ever hurt or destroy it or affect it in any way. So I'm still on the subject of meeting. Can we meet? Because to meet is to confirm this inside yourself, not merely through belief, but through direct experience, irrefutable seeing. Can you or your ego mind survive such an introspection? And are you up for it? And this is the point, you see. Because you can be learning many things, studying, learning, and you step away as the learner of it, as the possessor of it. You've inflated more knowledge, you've grasped more, gained more experience, but still underneath it, same little ego is there. Freedom, liberation, awakening is not for the ego, it is from the ego. Has anybody grasped this? This has been the massive misconception universally, that something you believe is you is trying to get hold of something which you believe is the higher you, or God, or the higher self, and is journeying, becoming closer and closer, closer, closer. Oh God, I'm almost going to get there. And oh no, missed it again. We want to see if this is true. We want to find out if this is true. You see. Hmm. And for such an exploration, one, imagination is not needed. Even belief, because I'm not here to ask you to join and become a new uh, religion or belief system, or to become a member of some cult. So I'm not asking you to be some cult or to cultivate anything, but to look. But something inside us becomes afraid that you may discover too much, and then you cannot be any more like you were before. So this is the kind of environment that we have come to today. And are you up for it? Hmm? Hello. What is happening? Good, good. I'll wait for you. I'm coming. Okay. Where did these people go? Some people came out. Where are they going? Afraid or what? Or toilet? Hmm? Outside, sit outside. Oh, it's okay. Okay. What would be the point of any such discovery? This is a nice conversation, isn't it? We want to hear from you. They want to hear from you. Tell me what you have to say. Uh, there have been some beings who they couldn't speak, They just laugh all the time, laughing. Or cry also. They cry or they sing or they keep quiet. Have you heard of these ones? Mm. You put your hand up. I think you don't need a microphone, don't you? I don't think you need a microphone, isn't it? She's very happy now. Supposing you were to find something in this life mm, that was so profound, the most important finding of your life. You've come to the very source of your own existence. You've come to the very source of your own existence. But after this, maybe you're not able to talk very much about it. mm. Maybe you could be like this, laughing all the time or something, and then crying, switch, crying. But there's no sadness, and laughing, but there's no joke. Yeah? And people around you may even think, this one is a bit strange, a bit loopy, But you have found the most important thing in the whole of existence. You have found yourself. Hmm?
I don't want to get out of here.
You don't want to get out of here. Yes.
I don't want to let me get out of here. Nothing has to walk out of here.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes.
That's all I can say.
Mm. Have you found something that can walk out of here? Huh?
Pretends to.
Yes, pretend to. Yes.
Yes, it pretends to, but I
Mm.
don't want to pretend.
Mm. Can there be a pretense without you?
No.
Okay. Come further back to that which does not know anything about pretense. Mm. If something appears to be playing pretentiously, it is on the surface. It's just a wave. It's not concerned about it. If there's no concern for it, then it doesn't register that there's any pretense. And if there's no registration, there's no pretense. It vanishes. Even the concept of pretending requires some interest to even raise and to perceive this concept of pretending, even. Because many things are happening in this body and we don't talk about them. Many thoughts occur or appear as mind, but we're not concerned about them. So they are not registered and they're not remembered. They don't leave any footprints in the consciousness. So it is effectively as though they never existed. They never exist. Because until or unless the mind says something exists, effectively, experientially, it does not exist. So one determines the existence of things or not. They don't impose themselves on you. I wonder if you follow. If you are nothing, it is not a mode. It's not a modification of personality to be nothing. It's not something you do, like you suddenly become nothing. It's not an achievement. It is a recognition of your already nothingness. You see? The mind also, the egoic mind also want to take credit for becoming nothing. I can be a better nothing than you. So the recognition alone secures that because there's no competition. Mhm. How will that be recognized then? You must recognize the last thing to recognize. The last thing to recognize on your journey, so called, of introspection. You're going to bypass many things are going to go on the way. You're passing them. Desire, attachments, fears, feelings, thoughts, sensation. All of them are witnessable. What witnesses them is not caught in the bubble of them. The witness of all phenomena is not trapped inside the phenomenon being witnessed. You follow this? So, can the witness of even the most subtle thing and of all phenomenal appearances, it is said, in as far as the senses are concerned, also that of the elements, space is the most subtle thing, and you are also the witness of space. So something must be subtler even than space, because space did not say it is witnessing you. That which is capable of witnessing, moving, perceiving space, what is its substance, if any? So the witness of even the most subtle thing, can this witness be also witnessed? Can that which is witnessing even the most subtle, can that itself be witnessed? This question can be answered today. I'm not giving any homework. Immediately you look inside. You have the capacity. Where are you to receive even such a pointing or a question like this? Who must you be? What is your position? If even a question like this can be asked to you, and has some appeal, then who are you, the receiver of this question even? And merely mental or verbal answers will not do. As I said earlier, when you and your answer are the same, then no doubt will remain in you. So opinions, I'm not asking. You're here. In your here-ness, the true response to this question can come. No one can speak for you. You must answer out of your own being. If a question is asked to you, which is not requiring any objective or phenomenal response, I'm simply checking in. Are you not able to perceive thought, feeling, emotion, objects, time, also space? So even time and space are phenomenal to you, meaning that they cannot exist independent of your perceiving of them. And who are you? And I'm not asking you to believe this. Can you confirm or not? You must be there. You must already be here. I'm not asking you to construct anything or to become anything or to imagine anything, but from right where you are, even the very pulse means nothing if you are not the perceiver of it. Even the breath, the vital force, which is the animating power of the universe, is watched only by you. What could it be if you were not? Who are you? Where are you? What are you? If you discover this, even if you don't answer with your lips, with your mouth, the recognition of this is already removing old concepts, tired thoughts, stagnant emotion will be burned by the force of your seeing. Even as we sit here today, the words I'm speaking, they may enter through your ears, but where do they go? What receives them? What comprehend them? So the emphasis is not what to do, but to recognize what is, not what appears, but what is. It has no shape, it has no color, it has no size. And yet, because it is there, color and shape and design and size can be perceived in it. Yet it is beyond every idea. Not beyond in terms of distance, physical distance, but beyond in terms of subtlety. That within you, which is the most subtle, which cannot be perceived only by the intellect or the mind. And yet, it cannot be denied. You may say, as some people have said, how do I know it's not just my mind, it's just my brain functioning? But you said my mind and my brain, meaning they're not you. They belong only to you. Who are you? Even if it was only your mind's functioning, why say my mind? You didn't say me. You didn't say what I am. Just like you say my belief, my family, my life, my thoughts, my emotion, my ego, meaning they are not you, essentially. They are something associated with you. Your power, they belong to you. It's a possessive term when you say my. How do I know that it's not just my mind, my brain making it up? Okay, let your brain make it up. But who are you who have a brain? For whom does the brain work? Must be something earlier than that, purer than this. And I'm not asking anyone to speculate. The subject is simple enough. It is felt only to be elusive because we rarely look at ourselves with this depth. Because in this world, you can stay on the surface. You can live the rest of your life just painting your fingernails. It is okay. But in some beings, there's an urge to look more deeply. Something compels you, perhaps pain, perhaps some form of suffering, drive you to go beneath the surface, to leave superficial things, and to look more deeply because it is available. And you don't have to look. Nobody in the world requires you to look. Not your parents don't ask you to look deeper. Your doctor won't ask you to look deeply into yourself. Even the psychiatrist won't ask you to look more deeply. They'll tell you look more deeply maybe in your mind. So who asks you to look more deeply? Because it's not of any value to them that you look more deeply. Because they themselves have not looked. question is simple enough. If I said I wish to meet you, but not your story, not your history, not your likes and your dislikes, not your intellectual or academic achievements, I don't want to hear anything about it. These are your possessions. I want to meet you, not what you have. Is possible such a thing? Is it reasonable? I want to meet you. Yes, this is where I studied. No, no, not where you study. You. Yeah, these are my children. No, no, your children. No, you. I want to meet you. This is my best picture of myself. Nice portrait. No, no, not portrait. You. Your body I can see, but you I want to meet. Okay, my inmost feeling. No, your feelings. Feelings come and go. No, you. You say my feelings. Feelings. I don't know. No, you. I want to meet you. What are you going to show? Whatever you show has to go. Is not it? You. Who are you? What is left? Experience. Some fear come sometime because we have only learned to be with things, to associate with something, and all of them are impermanent. I want to meet you without you. Can we meet you without you? And nothing that you can present. What are you going to present? If you present something, it's only presentation. It's only presentation. When you, before you present, who are you? So even to allow this question inside without understanding the profundity of what is being asked, but to say, yes, I would, something feels, I would like to be met like that. I don't think I've met my family like that. I don't think I've met my spouse. I've not met my husband or my wife or my children. Nobody I've met like that. So very provocative request. But are you open to it? This is the important thing. Your openness is already a key. To open a door that doesn't exist. Only imagine. Huh? I'm not playing with your head. Is there anything I can look in this world to find you? Anywhere you can point me, where will I find you? Where is the location of that which is capable of perceiving outside and inside? Can these bodies separate us, my love? I think you better lie down over there, isn't it? Mm, mm, mhm. Mm. Okay, come, you come, press. Have to- Before you speak, I want to say something. Sometimes at this moment, before someone come, several people put their hands up. No, if someone comes to sit, then you must drop your question. If you are not chosen to come up at the time, don't keep it, because if you keep it, I may answer it through him. And if you hold on to your question, you see, you keep it alive when it could also just dissolve. And if you come, don't come with two questions, because if you come with two questions, when I'm answering the first one, you're trying to remember the second one, and then you won't be holding on to either of them to understand. So each moment you have to be fresh, like your past does not exist, your problem does not exist, because it only exists in imagination and through memory. We retain a link that I have this problem. And these are subtle things, but all have fallen for it, you see. So with the one who is here, let's everyone listen through the one who is here, through the one.
Just hello, hello. Just a few hours ago. Um, let's see if I make any sense of this. The different things being said. Just a few hours ago, I was sitting. And one of the things that's how can I say haunted me from the heart, not the mind, was that very feeling where you know that you're not deeply, deeply grateful for something that is so the most grateful thing you can be.
Yeah.
And in this case, embodied by you. And this afternoon, the gratitude was so deep, to the point that it blew you out of the picture too. And then finally the words came out. Oh, there you are.
Yes. So that will be when it blows both of us out of the picture, isn't it?
Yes. And it was just, yeah, it was just I saying thank you to I.
Yes. Yes. This is it. For this is the highest purpose for duality. For the self to enjoy experiencing gratitude to the self. For the self to experience the love that is all encompassing and all absorbing. To have the taste of experiencing duality is useful for that. And there is no higher joy than that. Because this love never fails. And it doesn't even succeed. It has nothing to succeed. It has nothing to fail. It cannot betray itself. This play of duality is to give it the sense of coming home to itself. This is it. Somebody once was saying something to me. They said that they read in a book where saying says, if you encounter Buddha on the road, kill him. Okay? They say like this. They didn't say if you encounter your mother on the road, kill her. If you encounter, the politician, kill. Say if you encounter the Buddha on the road, kill him. So only very few people will understand this. What it means. That which is the highest expression of the self. If you perceive it as other, and retain the duality of it as being other, then by it being other, you are also other too. Yeah? So if you kill this Buddha, then you will not survive also. You understand? This is what he's speaking, is he? Now, it is more quick that misunderstanding take place than understanding take place. Because if you don't have a sense of what it means to be rid of you, then the people may say, this man in Alentejo is teaching people to kill themselves. It's another cult. Because he speaks like that. He is giving grenades as prasad. It's another cult in peaceful Alentejo. So something inside must understand already when you say like you speak. Immediately there's joy. But still the sense I will come. But it will not be the old fox. It will not be the ego I. It will be the I am. It is said I am is name of God. I am is presence. It is the deity of the waking state, of the consciousness, the sense I am. I am, that intuition within, is neither male nor female. It has no religion. It is not a belief system. It is consciousness. The experiential consciousness. Behind it, but not quite behind, more subtle, is pure awareness, of which the I am is the child of this absolute awareness. You can say like that. Again, I say, don't make tattoos out of any teaching or any utterance, but understand them, because they're only pointing. They're only pointing to the wordless. The words are pointing to what is beyond words. What is it that is beyond words? The pure self. And that is you. And that is your pure self. When you realize this, you will not die physically, not die. What will die is delusions will die. Many people, as they're coming into the orbit of this understanding, they have dreams and fears that they're going to die. Many people, oh Muji, I think I'm going to die. I said, no, not that die, you know. The you which is not you is dying. The ego is dying or thinning away. Or a gentler way of putting it, it is merging in the true. But the fear arises inside, oh, I'm going to lose something, I'm going to lose everything. I said, have you got everything to lose? I'm going to lose everything. Can you show me everything before you lose it? Let's make a bit of a stock check, making sure if we can, see your valuables. You're growing into your name.
It was very interesting when I met you. My mind had been blown many times. So there was a lot of understanding at the level of the mind.
No.
But when I met you, I remember saying, this is going to blast my heart.
Mhm.
This is where I've not yet come to a full understanding.
Yeah.
So, which is what made this all even more remarkable.
It is good. Intellectual understanding has its place, but it is not enough. What you understand here must get digested here. What you understand in your head, it must implode in your heart. Because what you have not grasped with your being, it will not hold up. It will collapse under stress. When you're put under intense confrontation and stress, what you have only grasped intellectually will leave you. Only that will stay which cannot leave you. You are the ground of being itself. You see. Not for the time being. You are the ground of the being. The senses are reporting to you. Mind is reporting to you. Emotions are reporting to you. But the you that I'm referring to now is ordinarily not what we are identified as. Normally, we identify only with the body and with conditioning. I did this, I want this, no, I don't believe, or this hurts me, and so on. If you stop for a moment, or you're confronted in a way to say, look, investigate, when you say this, who are you speaking as? When you say this, like, oh, I'm just falling apart. You as what is falling apart? Because I want to show you that which cannot fall apart. When you know that which cannot fall apart, then you'll be happy if anything else fall apart. Because some falling apart is healthy. Some falling apart is healthy. But if you identify with the wrong thing and it's time for it to fall apart, you will be afraid. If you identify with the body can fall apart. Then great fear will come. If you identify with your belief can fall apart. Then great fear will come. If you identify with your mind, it can fall apart and great fear will come. At even the thought of it falling apart. Enjoy, experience, whatever. But there's no need to identify yourself with any particular thing. It is just a habit. It is just a habit, but a very costly habit. And it gives nothing to experiencing except delusion and pain. As your attention begins to turn internally, the fear is going. Agitation is going. Of course, sadness and pain can be felt, but they will not be routine. They'll be occasional. The occasional visit is okay. The everyday visitor, no, we don't have any. We're not taking any tenants anymore. I'm not a hotel anymore for thoughts. Okay? You can pass through, but you cannot stop over. No. This is what is happening. And don't be afraid of this. You'll begin to experience internally being more empty, more spacious. Even this can trigger some fear because we are accustomed to feeling like you have a story, you have something to tell. That's how people find you interesting, or so we believe. Okay? So the sense that something is thinning out can wake up some fear, like, oh my God, I'm not going to be interesting to anybody anymore, as if you were before. But anyway, we have a feeling that somehow I'm going to lose my charm, as though we were so charming before, like this. You must be strong, and grace is strengthening you in ways that you did not even anticipate. That strength I'm talking is not force, it's not aggression, but it's the strength to stand the assaults of your mind, of the psychological conditioning, which will try, it seems, to pull you back into the world of duality, to keep you worried about trivial things, and to keep you holding on to an identity which is only personal. And so we delay in the opportunity to recognize your universal being. This is what today is for. And it will not be a unique day. It's not a one-off day. It's a now day, a day that will not come to an end. A now which is beyond time, and a here which is beyond place. And if we stop just for a moment and don't push, this sense is already alive in you. We are not building anything. You're not borrowing anything. Even I'm not asking you to focus on getting rid of anything. You're just pointing to the beingness. And don't allow that natural sense in you to connect with any concept or any intention. So no effort to create is required. Simply marinating in your own self. Not accomplishing anything. Simply giving attention to the what is in yourself. Don't create. Don't imagine. Feel. It is not doing anything. Your state is not a doing thing. It is not even being. Being. Can you see? It's not doing being. It's not good at being. It simply is. The mind would like to push it about and tickle it a little bit and get it into some kind of reaction. And reactions can come, but those reactions will become phenomenal to this also. And this is the paradox, that which is absolute stillness and peace, you can say peace, silence, stillness, joy, is the perfume of this. But this flower, no one can see. Again, I'm not pointing or encouraging you, learn, so you can put aside your notebooks. When you look in the mirror, you don't need a notebook. You don't need your iPad. And this mirror is not outside you. This mirror is not an object even. So something even purer than a logical mind, more than logic, more than rational. Your intuitive being. And you don't have to leave here with a clear picture, okay, this is what I have to do, and not that. It's not any picture. It has no image. It has no shape. It has no age. It has no preferences. It has no favorites. It simply is. The mind of the world seems for a while to be running away from this. But however far it can run, it has no existence outside of this. Itself is only an image, a phenomenon appearing in this. Some of you, as I'm speaking, you're seeing, you're understanding. The middleman, the mind is not needed. This is the purest sadhana, because it is more subtle than practice, if you follow. It is not an exercise, it is a seeing. It is a confirming. And each time we confirm or we acknowledge that that is, then the consciousness continues to refine itself. But don't give any of this to your mind. If I should say to you, where are you if there was no next? If there was no next for your mind to go to? There's only now. Don't use your mind. Because the mind will say, now what? No, now. Not now what? Now what has been troubling you for a long time? Now what we do? But this is not your true feeling. I'm very pleased by what you say, what I hear, not just the words of it. What to play? From a horrible play, it becomes a very beautiful play, depending upon the perceiver. Maybe it is a limitation also to even say beautiful. It need not be beautiful. Divine. There's more space in that. Because sometimes you need the ugly as well. You follow? We don't always have to have beautiful. Sometimes you need the ugly. The ugly is healthy. It helps you to go deeper, to grow. It develops grit, inner stamina, and power. We need a little trouble, a little fear, a little anxiety, the beingness will use them well to ground itself in the heart. If you are brought up with too much sweetness, you become weak. You don't have to go out looking for hardship. The world offers you that free. But there's no need to be rejecting, or just going for sweet tasting experiences. Let it come. Trust the great chef. And even if you don't understand everything, develop the attitude of gratitude. Learn to say thank you. Even before you recognize thank you for what. The vibration of gratitude itself will heal the mind, make it more pure. We're too often and for too long saying no thank you. Say thank you. Thank you for my pain. Thank you for the joy. Thank you for the disappointments. Because it needed to happen for my growth to be true. Thank you for rejecting me. Because I was coming as the wrong me. You see? There's a saying, real friends are always there when you need them. Perhaps real friends are always not there when you need them. So that you go beyond need and need and need and need. They just say, you know what? Bye. Solve this by yourself. This is growth. This is maturity, isn't it? Yes. So then when you say thank you, it has a depth, it has a profundity, it has a pulse. Because our thank yous for just honey-colored, honey-flavored experiences are always whimsical, superficial, light, puny. Very good. Very good. Very good. You come first.
Hello, Moji.
Hi, then.
I'm so happy to be here.
Very good.
I don't speak English.
What
But-
language you were speaking? I thought English
I
was
don't
all I
speak.
spoke. I think I'm understanding.
A little.
What
A
is your
little.
language normally?
German, Spain, Russian,
Oh, we have
Ukraine.
plenty of them. Oh,
Yes,
Russian and
I'm from
Ukraine.
Ukraine, but live in Spain.
Acha.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Which language you would like at the moment? I think we can find something.
Yes. I understand here.
Yeah, okay.
I'm so happy
Yes.
to be here. I don't know how I came here.
Yes.
Very schwer. Difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm here.
Yes. Very good.
I want to hug you and say my deepest gratitude
Yes.
for all. And I want to come home
Yes.
now here.
Yes. Yes. I'm ready.
Yes, yes, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yes. Yes. Mm. How are you not home? You can slow down a little bit, because a conviction is there. I am not home. If I want to go home, mean I'm not home, isn't it? So I accept the first part of it. Then show me, how far are you from home? And
Not far,
not far.
not far.
Okay. What stops you? What creates the distance?
I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know. Help me, please. I don't know.
But which is your question. You say, no, I want to go home, which means that you have a conviction. I am not home. Mm. I want to show you something, how powerful our beliefs are. You see, because there's no actual separation from home. There's nothing actually separate from home. But the belief creates a separation. And belief in the belief keeps you feeling separate. So I want to look at that, because home is not a physical thing. It cannot be a physical. If you say, if home is heaven, okay, physically, where is heaven? Is there physically, if it's physically a heaven and it's not the earth, where is it? Above the clouds somewhere? So it's not that. Home is in the most pure way, it is a state of being, isn't it? It's a state of being. We have tried the physical thing. Some people have created what they feel is a physical heaven or a haven. They create, and they find that they're alone in their heaven, and there's no friends, there's no one there. They say, but it's not good enough. A physical place, very beautiful. I have a waterfall in my garden. I have beautiful fruit trees, but it's not it. It's not it. So it cannot be physical place. So if it's not a physical place on the earth, it cannot be a physical place in the heavens. So we can dismiss the physicality of it. It must somehow be entered through somewhere inside. So it must be a state of being, even if it has a physicality about it. You must be experiencing it from inside. Even the world that we experience physically, you're experiencing it internally. So you say, I want to be home, and I'm very much attracted to this kind of request, because I don't meet many people who say like that. I want to be home. They have a list of different things they would like first. But you say, I want to be home. So, okay, let's see what is stopping you from home.
I don't know.
It is important to know, if you're going to carry on with this belief that you're not home, you must find out what stopped you from home. Isn't it? If you feel I am not home, I live in Orik, I'm not home. He said, well, okay, well, where are you? Well, actually, I'm in Beja. Okay, well, what you do, we know how to get you there. If you say no, like this, I am not home. And he says, well, okay, but where are you? I don't know. What stopped you from being home? I don't know. Is it just like that? Just a feeling?
I don't know words. I have no.
I am saying these things because everybody has a conditioning inside that they are some distance away from perfection. If it's a perfection through the mind, I'll tell you that you're not going to cover this. You see? Because even if you say a musician wants to learn to play the guitar and he sees a master guitarist play, he says, I like to be able to do that. And after 3 years, they can do that. He's not going to say, I'm satisfied. He's going to say, look, I want to develop more this way. This is the nature of the mind. You see? How long have you had this desire to be home?
Sorry.
How long is this desire inside you? I want to be home. Is it a new desire?
No.
Mhm.
8 years,
Ah,
7, 8
ah,
years.
it's enough, no?
Is enough?
Yes. Have you come closer over these 8 years? Have you becoming closer and closer?
Mm,
Are you coming?
Nee, yes, ja, natürlich, ja.
Yes.
Nee, nee.
Yes. What have you
Why?
what have you discovered to say? Oh, what have you discovered to say near home?
Das ist schwierig für mich.
Was hast du entdeckt, um sagen zu können, dass du der Sache näher bist?
Das weiß ich nicht. Aber ich bin hier und dann weiß nicht, warum bin ich hier.
I am here, you say.
Er sagt,
Yes, I'm here.
was hast du entdeckt,
Hmm.
um sagen zu können, dass du der Wahrheit jetzt näher bist?
Okay.
Ja, natürlich. Ja. Nee.
Huh?
Wenn nicht, dann würde ich nicht hier kommen. Ja, ja, natürlich bin ich näher.
Okay, she says she is nearer
Gekommen, ja.
because otherwise she wouldn't be here now.
It is
Ja,
very good.
Ja.
It is very good. It is very good.
I saw your satsang
Ah.
in Moscow and St. Petersburg.
Ah,
Yes.
Yes.
Und ich wollte so stark dort zu sein.
She just watched you in St.
Yes.
Petersburg in the satsangs.
you better take
And
this
she-
also, you know. Come here.
She watched you in the satsangs in St. Petersburg, and since then she just really wanted to be with you.
Yes.
I can't.
A
you know.
strong urge and
Yeah,
desire.
yes.
And
Very
then
good.
today
Yes.
I came from
Yes.
Spain.
Ah,
Yes.
okay. Okay.
Am Sonntag, vorigen Sonntag,
You
haben
can
wir
speak in
von
this. You
online
can speak in
gesehen.
it.
Oh, and last Sunday
Online.
she watched the
Yes.
satsang
Ah,
online.
okay.
Und
Okay.
heute,
Okay.
And so
heute
she just had
und
to come
today
now.
I
Okay.
came. Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
And I want to hug you.
Let's get that over. Wunderschön.
Wunderschön.
Yes, yes, yes.
Спасибо.
Hmm.
Спасибо.
Спасибо, 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 спасибо. Hmm. Sit down for me. If you leave all your thoughts, all your desire, even to come home, yeah, leave it aside just for now, 1 moment with me.
Wenn du alle deine Gedanken beiseite lässt, jetzt für einen Moment.
And even if there are thoughts and feelings, but you don't engage with them, no, just leave them aside. No.
Auch wenn sie kommen sollten, ist es egal jetzt. Du lässt sie einfach beiseite.
And the ideas you have about yourself,
Und alle Ideen, die du von dir hast,
you also just leave it now.
die lässt du auch beiseite.
You have to leave everything.
Alles beiseite lassen.
Leave them like they never existed.
Lass sie beiseite, wie als gäbe es sie nicht.
It is not difficult.
Es ist nicht schwer.
So you take out or leave aside everything until there's nothing left to leave aside.
Du lässt alles beiseite, bis nichts mehr da ist, was du beiseite lassen kannst.
And what is here now?
Und was ist hier jetzt?
Eyes open, eyes closed makes no difference.
Augen auf, Augen zu, macht keinen Unterschied.
No identity for a moment, no identity,
Keine Identität, nichts, gar nichts für einen Moment.
no attachment to memory or any desire.
Keine Sehnsucht, gar nichts.
Be completely empty of all of that.
Leer, alles weg.
And no effort to be empty. No effort, you tell her, no effort to be empty.
Und versuch nicht leer zu sein.
So I am introducing myself to you like that.
So stelle ich mich bei dir vor.
Can you introduce yourself like that?
Kannst du dich in dieser Art und Weise vorstellen?
In order to have this meeting, I don't need the story.
Um dieses Treffen mit dir zu haben, brauche ich nichts von dir zu wissen.
Any background,
Gar nichts, nichts von deiner Vergangenheit.
any information, not needed.
Keine Informationen, gar nichts.
Something is here which doesn't belong to any category.
Es ist jetzt etwas da. Es ist einfach hier. Es gehört zu nichts und niemandem.
Neither you nor me.
Nicht du, nicht ich, nichts.
No imagination is needed.
Du brauchst dir es jetzt auch nicht vorzustellen.
Say something now.
Sag etwas, ne, jetzt. She can't find any words. Nothing.
This nothingness never changes.
Dieses Nichts, von dem du jetzt sprichst, kann sich nicht ändern. Ändert sich nie.
That is myself.
Das ist, was ich bin.
But inside it, something changes.
Aber in diesem Nichts
Like this body is changing,
verändern sich Dinge. Zum Beispiel dieser Körper.
thoughts come and go.
Gedanken kommen und gehen,
but they cannot affect it at all.
aber sie können dieses nicht verändern oder beeinflussen.
And I'm not trying to balance two things.
Und ich versuche nicht, zwei Dinge zu balancieren.
Balancing happens and it's natural by itself.
Balance ist einfach da, auf eine ganz natürliche Art und Weise.
I'm not concerned about that.
Über so etwas brauche ich mich gar nicht zu sorgen.
I am not one moment in front of myself.
Ich bin nicht mal für einen Moment
In front of myself, you understand?
ja,
I have not gone ahead of myself by one moment. I don't need to.
ja.
Give her to explain if you don't know what to say.
Er stellt sich nicht vor sich selbst, um sich zu verstecken. Er stellt sich nicht.
Er kann nicht vor sich selbst stehen.
Ja.
Ne? Das ist difficult.
I am not concerned with the future.
Ich denke nicht über die Zukunft nach.
I don't have a future.
Ich habe nicht mal eine Zukunft.
Not concerned about the past.
Auch über die Vergangenheit denke ich nicht nach.
Not concerned about the present.
Und auch nicht über den jetzigen Moment.
And yet, somehow, out of this nothingness
Und trotzdem, aus diesem Nichts
is a great love present.
kommt so viel Liebe.
I can perceive life in its spontaneity.
Ich sehe das ganze Leben in seiner Spontanität.
I don't need force,
Dafür brauche ich keinen Druck oder ich übe keinen Druck,
except if force is something that is necessary.
es sei denn, es ist notwendig in einem Moment.
And then it just happens also.
Dann passiert es einfach.
Can you agree to this inside yourself? Can you see this also?
Kannst du das nachvollziehen?
It is okay to be nothing.
Es ist okay, nicht zu sein, nicht sein zu müssen.
Yes. And gradually, these things will emerge naturally for you.
Und es wird sich immer natürlich anfühlen.
Your insights will grow, will deepen.
Und Erkenntnisse kommen und es wird alles klarer werden.
I am with you.
Ich bin mit dir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
I have no words.
It is good.
I have no words.
It is
No.
good.
Nichts, nichts.
I'm very happy you came today.
I'm
Yes.
very happy to
Yeah.
be here.
Yes. Okay, very good. So, thank you.
Oh.
What happened? Are you in the wrong place?
No.
Okay. You want to wait for a little bit?
I don't feel I'm waiting.
Okay.
I sense a lot of heartbeat, and
Yes. Well, these sensations are going to happen, of course.
yes,
Natural for everybody, but maybe excitedly for you because you have come up and then something is intensified, but you are behind that. You observe all these sensations and it's okay. Let them be there. Don't interpret them. See?
I also did not come up with an intention,
Okay.
but I have to break free of that.
Off? What?
Of it felt that if this was my last 5 minutes, I have to just come on this chair right now. and I want to be the. You spoke like right before. This shall be here.
Shall be.
There's
If it is, you recognize it is, not shall be, not will be, or won't be. Recognition means it is. It is. Who can deny? You see, everything you know with your mind belongs to time. Everything that you know with your mind belongs to time. As I said before, time says, all this that you perceive belong to me, including the idea you have of yourself belongs to me. But mind itself and time itself is perceived by you. Which you? There's a you that is bound by time. There's a sense of yourself that is bound by time. That time will also remove. It will cause change. Time, change, same thing. As I said, body will go. Thoughts, even your identity at varying stages of your life have been changing. You cannot keep it. You outgrow your concepts. So all of that is changing. Time says all of this belongs to me. But something is able to observe time and see that it is I who perceive time. Time does not perceive me. Something looks upon time, looks upon change, looks upon the element and the elemental play, looks upon emotion and feeling and thought, projections, imagination. And every image it perceives, yet itself is imageless, formless, beyond time, beyond even imagination, because imagination is perceived in it also, by it. What is it that is being referred to here? No one can show. Our bodies and our thoughts are the show. But what is showing them cannot be seen. It's not part of the show. Cannot be cultivated. Because even the attempt to cultivate itself is perceived as merely a thought arising in it. The uncultivated, the uncreated self. Personality is the created self, the evolutionary and changeful self. But all its changes are perceived in the unchanging self. Where is it? Can it be other than you? We have been living largely in varying versions of ourselves, meaning the ideas we have about who we are over time has been changing. And any idea you have of yourself today will also change in one of the tomorrows, if there are such things. What is that that will not change? It has no yesterday or tomorrow. It's a feeling. It's not an object. It's not a thing. Permeating, pervading all that appears, and yet itself cannot be perceived phenomenally. This is what I call yourself. Anything less than that belongs to time, as I told you. And it is fine that some things move with time, dissolve with time, grow with time, change with time, die with time, live with time. But you are here to find the timeless, to be aware of that. You cannot walk away with the timeless. because you're not separate from it in reality. Whatever is separate from it is only a notion you have about yourself. Have I lost you all or what? Okay. Don't try to do this with your mind. You'll get a headache. Don't try and do this with your mind. Do it. Don't try and do, because the very attempt to do it with your mind is also perceived in it. It is closer than intimacy. In fact, it's not close at all. Because close implies a duality of two things, at least. And it's not two things. We can close. No, better not close. People looking in now. We are soon closing now. The satsang for today is nearly over. What is it that will not be over? It cannot be over because it never started. It cannot go because it never came. Like space, it is everywhere present, whereby even space appears in it. You may think you need your imagination, but I tell you no. More subtle than imagination. There's nothing you can do. You cannot help it. Okay, you come and sit next to me for a bit. I will hold it. Come and sit here. Maybe I better have a conversation with myself. Okay, I have time to one more person who feels burned to come. Burned to come. Who will it be? Who is it? One of you has a burning to come. I don't want any question which is merely philosophical or just intellectual. Somebody must be ready to go on fire. You will come. Come and get it then. Okay, you go then. See, if you are burning on fire, you don't sit down. You come and sit on our head. If you want it bad enough, this is what I mean, isn't it? You will not say, "Oh, yeah, you go, you go." No, 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 no. You come. No, no, no. I'm fine. I'm fine for the moment. Okay, go ahead. Unusual conversations we're having today.
One of the things that just it's funny because I don't know how to speak. that gratitude comes like in a very very supreme way in the form of just empathy, not just just feel my brothers and sisters, like dissolving, and I just feel one, and just have a space for that, which would be every space should be a space for that, no? And yeah, I love to, yeah, to make more space for that everywhere I go
Mm.
because I forget it so often and it's so stupid.
Yeah.
And it's like, who forgets? Yeah. Why I keep identifying with the little one who forgets, but it keeps being stupid, but it's still there
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah, but that fire, no, that fire is is really family, no? It's like home and family, same thing, no? One is no.
There is something that is so real, it cannot be forgotten. It cannot even be remembered. We just have the illusion of remembering it and forgetting it. We learned ignorance and applied ignorance to it. When this body, it wasn't even this body. My mother did not give birth to this body. If she gave birth to this body, she could not be here. Okay? She gave birth to something this small. Okay? So when this body first appeared, it did not have a name on it. It did not have a Muji or John or Harry on it. Didn't come. God didn't send, I'm sending you a Muji. I'm sending you a George. No, it came nameless. And then a name was offered towards this body before the consciousness was sufficiently mature enough to hold the impression of name. It was just a sound like any other sound. As an infant, you did not know what mother is, or father is, or doctor is, or day or night. You didn't know anything at all. But a name was put towards this body, John. Then at a certain point, something caught the name, John. An association accepted the name, John. And once it accepted the name and began to respond to the sound that says John, 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 so the name came, John. Once it accepted the imprint of the name, the impression of the name, it never quite forgot it. Doesn't matter what John has been doing, what the body's been doing, playing the saxophone or writing a letter or sending an email or climbing a hill. Somebody, John, huh? But if they said George, nothing. Harry, John, huh? Okay. Did you remember your John? It's like you didn't say, let me think. That's me. No, it's like, John, huh? Like this. Did you remember? There's not even time to reflect even on the name. So if the name does not require remembering, you don't go out today and go, okay, look in the mirror. I am John. Good. Okay, now I can go out. You don't do this. You can rush out late for work. Paul, John, huh? Okay, so it doesn't take any time to remember. If it takes no time to remember the name John, which is not original to you, then how much time or effort does it require to remember the thing which remembers John, which is the consciousness, without which there's no John, no George, no Harry, no Susan, nothing. So it is synonymous that as soon as the consciousness is available and the functioning of perception is flowing, that you are that consciousness. And now we, consciousness, are searching to find consciousness. Isn't it strange? So it must have been part of our indoctrination, our conditioning, to believe that you are John. To believe, nowhere to listen. I'm calling you John, but you're not John, okay? Your real name is I am, okay? Because all the beings say, I am John, I am Harry, I am Susan, I am Pablo, I am, no, but your name is I am. And I am is not John. It's not John. It's not anything. I am is the name of consciousness. It is what we are. But when the consciousness, which is I am, believes more in I am John, then it has to make some effort to remember it is I am. I wonder if you follow. So all of this farce is a concoction. And that is what you call the play. We learned to be personal. We were conditioned, and no single being is responsible for it. We are totally collectively responsible. But there's no blame. In the world of truth, there's no blame. There's only opportunity. There's only truth. Because nothing is to be gained from blame. Remember who you are. And so may what we have shared, may the seeds of that understanding germinate in you, sprout, and bear fruit and shade. Very good.
Thank you.
Thanks to you.
When you said it was only a little time left, this is my last satsang. I've been in Portugal in half a year, and I don't know when I come back, but it's not the end, it's always there.
Yes.
The last time I talked to you, 3-4 months ago, I immediately got a lot of trouble in my life.
Yes.
But like you said today, I'm thankful for it.
Yes.
It was very important for me.
Yes. In fact, as soon as, you see, a human being begin to recognize dynamically, actually smell the breath of the infinite in themselves, a battle start. A battle start with the whole mind, the whole regime is fighting to keep you small, to keep you worrying about dandruff and kind of, your internet crashing and all of these things, and buying a new handbag and whatever stuff, and make these things important, and another force is pulling you into your own infinite being, and there's a struggle. if you did not stir within your being and feel that dynamic pull towards truth, your life will seem pretty okay going along because it's all you know, and you move like that. But as soon as something smelled the breath of something infinite, you see, the littleness comes in. And you might feel like trouble. Oh my, things start to go wrong. Things are like this and that. But something inside cannot go wrong. For the first time in your life, something cannot go wrong. Someplace in you cannot go wrong. You understand? Huh? When everything that can go wrong is going to start looking like it's going wrong. Something is emerging as a mighty power in you. To come in this planet in a human form is already regarded in many wise places that this is already auspiciousness to have a human form, because in this form the consciousness can contemplate itself. It can find its way back to its divine origin even while you are awake in this body. And the freedom is free, but it is not cheap. It is not, oh, well, let me see what if I'm interested. It has to be something developing, an urge. Some people, it becomes so much of fire inside that nothing else seems important anymore. Isn't it? And then you know that there's no way back. In fact, for no one in life ever has there been a way back. Not to foolishness. They can only be going back to yourself. You cannot go back to yesterday. You cannot go back to your past. You can cherish these sentiments, but they're not true. Life compels you to evolve. And the evolution of consciousness is towards emptiness. Like you're returning to space. That one moment you become empty inside. You're like space, alive and moving in space. Light, without technique, without fear, without projection. Beyond the grip of guilt and jealousies and fears, although you may taste their fragrance, but they will never overwhelm you because you know and are the what is. You see, you're crossing over from death to life, real life. Because as I said before, the mind offers you a life, but with death at the end of it. But the heart offers you eternal existence. You see, you choose. And this is the grand opportunity of the human experience. In my view, I put no human achievement greater than the recognition of your divinity. And no one is locked out. It is just a question of time. And if something has called you, then it is already preparing you internally for its visit. If the voice has called you, it is already preparing you for its visit. It is already announcing itself inside your being. So don't be afraid. Because you are not becoming something else. You're only discovering what you can never not be. So the invitation is only to have an attitude in your heart. Yes, please. Yes. Yes. I don't need to know how. I don't need to know the technique. I'm too weak for techniques. I'm too lazy for practice. I've tried, but it's only my mind doing it. Just absorb me. Just absorb me. Replace me with you. Say that with the urge for truth inside your heart. Last week I say that almost every human being belongs to a kind of tribe. A tribe of nationality, a tribe of religion, a tribe of some kind of group. You see? Only the one who is free is universal. Your mind becomes universal, your heart is universal. But as long as you're a tribe, you can grow within the tribe. But if you say, I'm the tribe of Christianity, I'm the tribe of Islam, and you don't move beyond your person, you have not grown into your universality. Because truth is not Christian or Muslim or Hindu, is not any political group, it's not any tribe. But it expresses through everything. It expresses through everything. But the one who discovered this one here, this is the one I say, you have to be the cow that jump over the moon. You have to be the cow that jump over the moon. And some people say, but cows can't jump over the moon. I say, well, you won't right now. But what do you mean the cow that jump over the moon? You have to jump out of your mind. Stop living as a citizen of your mind. The life, the earth, has not imposed a restriction on you. It has just been a habit. And yes, it is true, even the Buddhas and the Christ of this world, they have had to be conditioned because it's part of the game that you forget in a way. We forget ourselves. And the great game is to remember, to reawaken to the truth of what we are. But it's not necessarily a religious truth. It is just truth. But religions are here to help us to come to that. But they're only finger pointing to the sun. Don't fall in love with the finger. Don't be looking on the rings on the finger and miss the sun. And your heart is that sun. This is what I'm speaking. Not the organ, not the heart of emotion. This heart nobody can see. But you can only taste the evidence of it. Just like the wind you cannot see, but its effect you can perceive. This heart is not just physical, although the physicality of the world draws its physicality from it. It doesn't matter where you go. Whatever kept you here will keep you where you go. but we still enjoy your physical form. So if you feel to come, you come, and it will bring you again. No? That's it. Mm. It is enough for now. Yes, thank you. Yes. For a moment, no? Just for a moment, and just to at such time, mind simply hovers over the heart and is merging inside the heart's peace. Mind loses its suspiciousness, its superstition, and feels the embrace of the heart's love, the heart's power, and its infiniteness. So duality will not trouble you like this, because the mind becomes tame by the presence of the holiness of the heart, of God, of truth. So your sense is, I'm just here. I'm just here. I am not up to anything. Now there's nothing to do or to undo or to change or to fix. There's nothing to heal, nothing to get, nothing to lose, nothing to become, nothing to believe. Just the isness of being is here by itself, unsupported. This is our natural state. And there's awareness even of this state also. But there's nothing to report of awareness because it is complete. And that which is complete needs no description. You are at rest. You are at rest in your own self. The activities of life will continue to flow and unfold. This is not your business. It is just the activity, the dance of the vital force. Let it play. Don't say, this thing does not deserve to be. Let it everything be. Just like you. This is kindness, you see. This is compassion towards your own self first. And when we acknowledge such compassion, it spreads and encompasses the whole world. What I'm saying to you now, sharing with you, it is not poetry. It is not a job. It is not a task. But for so many years, lifetimes even, humanity has been missing itself. We have been missing ourselves. And this is why we've become so unruly, so ungrateful, so pained. So it's only in coming home to ourselves will this world be healed. And it starts inside your own heart. It is not your job to manage existence. You're not living life. You are life. And simultaneously the witness of life. So, as from this day, it will continue an expanding of your inner space. A peace, a joy, a lightness of being. This is the fragrance, this is the perfume of home. This is both your coming home and home coming to you. It is a oneness, it is a harmony. So simply remain open inside your heart and welcome yourself. Don't give everything to your mind to make some philosophy out of it. Simply keep quiet, stay empty. And blossom within your own self. I hope as we go, and I feel confident in myself, that those of you in whom this pointing has touched its base will continue to radiate that understanding. Myself, I keep an eye on you. But I'm not going to spy on you.